All right, so it's 7:02 p.m. and we are live on the intro this evening again. Topic dogs and crime. With me is Kenneth Surat. Kenneth, good night.
Yeah, you hear me loud and clear?
Loud and clear. That's how I sure. Okay, camera on.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, long it on. I don't ask it, long it on. Boy, I was running for time. I figured we had the intro tonight and I doing thing outside. So we're reaching time. 2 minutes late, we need to go. So Ken, plenty happened this week, protests, truckload of material on the road. Ken, we in a state in this country where hopelessness seems to be the order of the day, you know.
Yeah, nobody had no solution.
And crime seems to be rampant, runaway, beyond control, killings continue. It seems like nobody knows what to do, or nobody knows how to solve the problem.
That's the way, no?
And because of that situation we had where a young girl, now I'll be honest, this was real difficult and touching when I read it and I heard about it, because the little child, the series resembles my daughter. And she's what, 11 or 12, and my daughter is 9. And the family have a bad dog. And I'm sure it's because of crime. They would have probably kept a dog of that nature. And because you're unable to control crime or give people hope that there is some level of control of crime and there is some level of safety, they have these kind of dogs. And this little girl ended up being the victim of a ruthless animal. And this animal was meant for criminals and not innocent little girls. And it's unfortunate because we in this state where we can't do anything, and if we look to get a gun, it's illegal, we get locked up. We have bad dogs, the family themselves in danger. You can't buy pepper spray until you have permit for it. You can't, what do you do to protect yourself and your family, Ken?
And I want to go back. How did we get here? How did we get here? I am almost certain, maybe you might remember at some time when the motor recovery was under 100 for the year.
Yeah, I remember.
I might go back when it probably less than 10 for the year.
I remember crime was basically in the 30s. I was a little child. 30 person getting with anything, 30 something was a big thing.
But I was still saying, how did we get here? Years ago, the president of Trinidad and Tobago, who, when there was an 1818 tie, and a sitting prime minister, he say, what? Streams run into rivers and rivers run into seas, and of moral and spiritual values.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And my question is, how did we get here? Because there were times when the stream run into rivers and the rivers run into seas, but nobody didn't stop it. Like long ago, people might have made a little fight in school and then, and when the one who win will pick up the fellow who lost and then move on. Yeah. They accepted. We put strength together and you were triumphant. And they move on. Nowadays, children, the first they start to go home for their parents. And the parents, come and get on. They were blind for life, right? Blind for every time you do it, tell me, I'll bring my father for you. And those are the things, how do we resolve issues? Even blind welfare, a lot of people believe who talk the hardest, right? But nobody don't use the process of solving a problem. And we had to start from the small issues, solving small problems. Because everybody feel the way to solve problems is they are going to shoot somebody. And just the other day, I was talking about majority, or maybe close to 90-something%, or close to 100% all murders. It was done by illegal firearms. Not by legal firearms. So the evidence telling you giving out firearm, legitimate firearm is not the issue. It's the people who have the illegal firearm. And I will suggest that every effort be made to allow persons to have who so want to have legal firearm.
And
That
you
is
remember
one
when they used to refer to cutlass as Indian machine gun?
Mm-hmm.
Because cutlass was the order the when used to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
And nowadays, as you rightly say, the way to resolve problem now is to kill the person.
Yeah.
There's not a mediate and have dialogue. All is mediation committee and mediation unit and division, and I yet to see the results or the data that coming out of that.
Because the people who go into mediation are like, if you and I have a problem with a mediation, we're not going in there to say to how to find win-win situation or whatever we come up with, we will agree and move on. One fella said, but if I lost, I even did differently, you know.
Yeah.
So we have to find a way to find win-win. Look, for instance, let me say the scrapper and the prime, isn't it? Everybody throwing punches, but nobody is saying how could we sit down and find a win-win situation? Why, you know, I just even listen to that group. You say everything is win-loss. Nothing is about win-win or everything is about I go gain and you go lose. You go into business, you know, somebody books that to read and they telling you, why it have to be you got business deal but the other side loss out? Why it can't be I have a service that is valuable to you, I offer it to you, and you accept it and you pay me for my service, but it's not that I come and outsmart you or you outsmarting me. We had a little discussion on disabilities and nobody listen. It appears nobody want to listen to us because all the challenges there. No, so what is the institution to solve thing?
I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so you say mediation, we talk about all that, but you're the first one to resolve a problem, and okay.
No, let me show you one thing. We have a police and we have the criminal. The police might operate the rules of engagement, right? They have rule boundaries. The criminal operates with unlimited rules of it, and they could change the goalposts. Same way like some church. You may teach your children how to resolve problem, but they may come with a child who does not have that training. That his method is where the rule must all be in his favor.
Yeah.
How do you deal with the rule of engagement when one segment of the society have one rule of engagement and another segment have no rule of engagement?
See, we need to teach ourselves and teach our children, mind your business. Deal with your own issues. Don't bother with who next to you for now. Deal with you. And if you deal with you, you go back to the thought and the mind and so on. Deal with me. If you deal with yourself first, then those things are wrong. You wouldn't bother you.
But look at school. Everybody want to come first and test to be the rest of training. Why you can't be your best?
Yeah.
Why you gotta be? I come first and test. I beat all them children. Why can't be? Last year I had 90% in maths, but this year I scored 92. So I'm improving. You know why can't tell children be your best? And if your best is 88%, that is your best. If your best is 70%, that is your best. So what's wrong with that? That is your best. But this thing about competing that one child must come first and there's an all the children must come last, in a sense.
See, I remember some years ago when I used to fix pool tables, right? This guy tell me, he say one of the place, he say, Larry, one of the biggest problem with our people, and this is the 90s, late 90s, he says image.
Right.
He said people, everything is image, how it looking for somebody else.
Yeah.
Good night, Mr. Gupta. Yeah. Good night, everybody else. You know, he say everything is about image, is about how it look and how I look. And he say if you look at people, they don't want to look in the old clothes, they want to look nice, they want to have nice shoes, they want to smell. It's about the image. And because of that image factor in my mind, Kenneth, we create an unnecessary competition.
Right.
You think back, people want the house to be the best, it was better than the next one. And if you're doing something, people feel you're doing it to show off on the next one next door. And all kind of dotations like that has happened.
Yeah.
And it's all about because they're all in this image thing. They want to be the best, want to look good. They want to, if they look good for everybody else to see, that is okay. But inside it can be like hell, and that is okay too. And that what creates this unnecessary rivalry and competition. And people can understand, just do what you could do. Be the best
Well,
of you, as you say.
my niece bought a house in Jersey there. And in the area, all the houses are the same color, all the houses are the same design. All the houses who own, they have an agreement that the company who sell the house and so will clean all the lawn and everything, cut and everything.
Right.
So if you want, you can't go and just add nothing to your house, just something, you know. Yeah, you have to stick to the rules. So that level of uniformity, there's no competition there because you want to work cleaning your place, all the yard, they will come in and cut the grass and they will maintain the place at a certain standard. Then. And it reminded me years ago when we used to go to school, everybody used to wear Batadog. Everybody had the same brand shirt. I think it was Elite shirt or some kind of shirt. You know, they had a different brand, right? Okay, shirt. K-shirt, I think, boy, could be. But nowadays in school, they set the different bags. You could watch and you could know which child come from what kind of wealth. By just watching children along with me, you can tell them. Everybody would.
We had too much lawless people too. In the community I live, right? You have set rules. I live in an HGC community and you have set rules and guidelines. But you too have the same problem with what you should follow. You're talking about your niece by house.
Yeah.
But they will go in America and follow the white man rule.
Right.
They will follow the grow, and because you know why? There is a system in place that if you breach the rule, there's heavy enforcement.
Yeah.
You'll be fined immediately. People within probably days or weeks, you get fined. In Trinidad, a man can build a wall and shed over you on your property.
Yeah.
And in years, the taking and nothing happening.
Over 5 years and they can resolve the problem.
But he waterfall in your yard and everybody good at that.
Yeah.
You know?
And when they're working on it. I never call them, they're working on it.
But I'm showing you. But the rule is you must be a certain distance from your fence, you know. Your roof line must be a certain way.
But everything in the deed.
Forcing.
Everything on the deed, they're telling you your rules, what animal you can mine, one pet, all of that.
The point I'm bringing, Ken, they might say that is a civil matter, but that is how crime start.
Yes.
When you break the small rules, that is how crime evolve. And that's why man just have big bad dog to eat little children.
Yeah.
You understand?
Larry, remember
because of them small
making the
statement.
big ones. You say
those
under the same time, if those who break the law are not punished, then those who obey the law will feel cheated. And as you say, the small crime. You have a school, a principal can deal and discipline and set the tone in a school. If you have to suspend a child, the minister does sign off on that.
Again, when I did Caribbean history and social studies, I remember the teacher tell me, say, when they left us on our own, we talk about independence and 60th anniversary tomorrow, right? The English leave us with so much bureaucracy to get things done, so much commission and this and commission for that and commission for the rest, right?
No, make it clear. The British didn't leave us with that. It is them fellas who say they wanted that, you know.
Yeah,
so
but that,
buffer,
but that's a model from England.
England want a service commission, I think. I think they said about Trinidad.
That's a Trinidad thing.
Yeah, for the Caribbean.
So the bureaucracy is really recreated.
We asked for it.
So
I don't think India when you have any commission, this and this commission or teaching service commission, I think.
So the teacher was wrong. The point I was going to make is that he said, the teacher said, they don't trust we, so they leave it as set of bureaucracy.
That's exactly
what one checking back that and that one checking back this.
Yeah.
But it looked like we didn't trust ourselves.
Allow check a pothole. You check him well, let me go back a little. If you have a regional corporation, why a simple tribunal cannot be set up? You have somebody, I should have plenty ex-judges or people who have a legal background. If I have a problem with my neighbor, I must be able to take it by the tribunal. The tribunal will listen. Well, if the person, the other side will present the case, and a judgment is handed down. And it must be just like how the industrial court is. You know, something like that. If it's something about law, then you go to the other level of the court. But can't we not set up simple systems in the regional corporation to solve, or simple places to solve cases or solve issues? Even in schools, we can't set up where we get children learning how to solve problem by creating a little tribunal, and I get the chance to present my case. Why we can't start teaching people those kind of things and show them how things could be done
And
with
you probably
rules?
never go in school and see some teachers talk to each other like animals.
Yeah, because that's
Teachers
what they know.
themselves can't practice it, they will teach that.
Yeah, that's what they learn. I came through school for blind, and the prefect system and everything. I remember curiosity to the prefect. It used to function because the senior teachers, children in the school had a certain rule. Curiosity. I mean, when you check the history, the amount of people came out of curiosity, and that was a government school. I know in my church school, Morgan, Joe, all of them came through the Dr. Eric William and curiosity.
And you know what I recall? Long ago, a teacher was a respected person in society.
Yes.
Was somebody you held in high esteem. That was teacher this and teacher that.
There's a credit word, the name teacher wasn't no misunderstood. Teacher this and teacher that.
Carried a certain reverence in the community.
Yeah.
You would have never see a teacher drinking alcohol in front of a child.
Yeah.
You ain't seen no teacher buying no juve.
Yeah.
You understand? Probably they have no social media cover too. They probably was buying, nobody did snap picture and thing too. Yeah, and all that, right?
Yeah.
But it wasn't as visible as now. And the way they spoke with a level of authority, and they spoke with a level of what's the word, boy? Probably knowledge, a level of confidence. Is the word. Authority and confidence. So when you listen to a teacher, you tell yourself that them know what they're saying. This teacher so and so. Nowadays, when you hear them teach them talk, and they're using more bad language than the young people themselves, who want to listen to them? Who want to listen to what them have to teach? And that going back to your asking about mediation and teaching children, they themselves, like every aspect of society, they themselves having issues to deal with their own problems, and they can go and teach that. Now, you talk about regional corporations, Ken, and I want to throw something in the mix here. It will come across like politics, but the hell with it, I don't care. I've seen it. That is my view, right? I live in Pinal DB. The highway comes to an end at a roundabout. The leader of our political party, Philip Edward Alexander, has been raising this issue for months. And can I tell you something? Remember the time you come, my neighbor here, we sing a song with that fella named Rick?
Yeah.
That fella Rick crashed in that roundabout.
And
nearly died. He survived. He's one of the survivors who crashed into the roundabout. And watch me. There came private citizens come forward and put down barrels with reflectors and lights and so on to warn people, hey, the highway coming to. Well, it's to warn them something going on. So it's a slow down. And the sad thing, when he was telling me, he said, but Larry, the truth is when you're coming on that highway, you can't see the roundabout because it's just as you make a bend, the roundabout come up on you. When you're coming on the straight stretch, you don't see the roundabout, only when you make a curve. Then you see the roundabout. This is what he tells me. I can't see, he tells me that, right?
Right.
Can you know they put it down? Within 48 hours, the Ministry of Works remove it. And they say they didn't have no permission.
Right, but if they remove it, what did they put an alternative?
No.
Right.
So that's one part. I have no problem.
No, here my two things. One, did they put an alternative? No. Did they tell the citizens, look, if you want to do anything, this is the process, and within 24 hours, you could get a result there. So, for instance, anything that you want to do, you will say, okay, they might want to fix a pothole or something. You must say, so look, we want to get this done, and you should be able to get quick response and go ahead and do a thing properly. Why we can't have that kind of system? Why we remove something, we didn't put an alternative? The problem's still there.
Look, we partner Neil. Neil, good night, sir. Neil, when you're passing through Tableland and all them places heading to Rio, and all them landslip and thing, and they put a bamboo on the side of the road, and some places have pothole, they put toilet bowl inside it and thing. I wanted to get permission to put up that.
This is the whole point.
Why Ministry of Works are going to remove those bamboo and old wood and things that will prevent people from losing their life, safety things that the layman person put down. I want people to get permission for that. Or where you have landslides. I want them to get permission for all those things. You're talking about barrels 8 feet off the road with lights on it to help people ignite to remove it. And you make a good point, Ken. They're removing it, but they didn't, oh gosh, create the solution and
what okay, say okay, we're wrong. What is the correct thing are you going to do? Look for another, right? Look at your we have the Ministry of Education boundaries different to the Ministry of Health. The Ministry of Health boundaries different to police. Police division, like how they divide up the country, are different to regional corporation. Regional corporation different to constituency division. Why we say, okay, we have 41 constituent, whatever division in me. Why we start with, like how the British gave us long time, they had 8 counties. Inside each county had wards. You had a certain structure coming up, and inside the county is gonna have different education system. The police could have be the police division for County Victoria, the police division for St. George's. And you build that across the board where teachers, police, everybody falls within your health system falls within a certain division. Why that is not possible?
But it said it was possible. It was happening before. It's just that we don't trust ourselves, so we just come and create a bureaucracy.
And then you see
Before
when
I
it
thought
coming
it was
out
the
of
British,
that, no,
but now I
Larry.
realize we stupid Trinidadians doing it.
Yeah,
There's stupid people doing that.
Then coming out of that now, you gotta set up your school board for each school and give the school the manager system and give every section to manage that. They must have full control, their level of independence, like how Blind is incorporated and so on. Get them to incorporate this whatever section, and the state give them assisted. They have the state assisted school, private school, whatever you want to do, you know, and set up your system to function.
But how you go have corruption in that, Ken? When you pass a system like that, how the politicians go get kickback?
We just put it right in blind. Yeah, I give people examples. They say if you have a private school, the community people might get to put on a tile at $5. You know, the government that put on that same tile might be $25.
Because people believe long
the same tile I'm talking about.
They have to pay more. That's what I'm telling you. If you do the system, that community system you're talking about, that inter-regional system.
We create a structure.
Because everybody community will be involved, everybody will be there. But when you have a man who is the leader of a constituency, he leading Oropouche West or East or something far, but he living in Port of Spain North.
Yeah. Even the regional policeman could be from the village, the area, like his community. The teachers come from the same village.
Because no, talking that, I nothing trying that.
Well, how I told you to be. When the white man left here, our primary school education system one of the best in the world. You talk about how your dad and all them say, right, and my father came out of only primary school, and I know that was brighter than people who lead the functional literacy was better than some of them by within degree. Because we have more people degree and more pothole. We must have a pothole for every degree people have in this country and to spare.
Right, but I'm telling you, we do not have. You know, I was thinking one day, I want to say it a different way. So I was going to say, you know, a set of bright people in this country, I'm talking intelligent people based on qualifications, right? Who have more degrees than a thermometer and thing, right?
Yeah.
But they're following the politics of the past. They're supporting the politics of the past. They're not here, he's bright because you and I are on a conversation on a WhatsApp chat. And when you listen, watch that conversation on that chat, Ken.
Yeah.
All about red and yellow.
Yeah, they're cutting down one another.
Cutting down one another. And those who are perceiving to be neutral, they know they have some other agenda based on their utterances and the slant they push it. But my thing is, they didn't seem to be so bright because if they could support leaders like who we have now, Ken, they ain't so bright to me, you know.
Yeah.
Why do you want old people like that to lead you still? Why you can't get a 50-year-old with some experience and who have a whole future ahead still? You want people in your
Well,
70s to lead you?
I just go back, look for instance, Mayaro. Mayaro is one of the best bread oil that's come from Mayaro. And you watch the condition of Mayaro. Watch the road just to reach Mayaro. You understand?
Yeah.
So you check it for yourself. Just go to all the access. I just tell people, Trinidad, since the British left us, we didn't really build no new roads and all. It's roads we really inherited, and we probably built 5% new roads probably in general if you really put it together. We really didn't build no sort of new roads. All the road network in Trinidad is old roads.
And you talking about roads? Yesterday we had some heavy rain in south in DB. I drive through flood in DB to come home yesterday. The water I drive through didn't come from the river, no. It come from the sky.
Yeah.
The amount of rainfall, it flood this place, and water couldn't run out in the drains and they couldn't run out in the ravines and because it was just too much volume.
Yeah.
And I asked him, I said, I went to my river bus and we get flood out, but rainfall is what caused me to flood.
Right, Santa Cruz, the road have more water than the river. I see something wrong with this place. The river can carry water, but the road like it more water than the river. I see something wrong with this place. Like I was saying, we had drones. We have all the technology now that people could take snapshot of the area, and then you could look at that information and plan, and say, okay, you must know the amount of average rainfall for the year. The data is just in fact, I just tell people, we in China, we don't pay attention to statistical data. I mean, that could be manipulated. I tell people that, because you could arrive at your own conclusion, but generally we don't pay attention. You check our census, it says we only have 54,000 persons with disability in this country. And when I should check, sometimes the disability grant, and plus a lot of people get old age pension, probably old and also disabled, but they might only be ranked as pensioners.
Yeah.
But the true data, it doesn't tell. And I tell people, Trinidad, our education system is teach you to memorize and not to be a critical thinker. We are all Olympic fellows who are degree and them learn how to think in the box, not outside the box. So they have no new ideas. I just tell people, when last did the universities in the Caribbean came up with new ideas or new solutions? Now we just have our simple meeting of everyone with our heads, we just be focused on solution. Identify the problem, what is the solution? Let us try something.
I do think, as again, I'm seeing it about image and competition. So you in the group will observe this person something, the next person objective is to shoot down that person position. It's not about building on the solution or looking for another way to develop the idea or the thought that comes out of it. I'll tell you, it have so much people there in that group partner. I see some names coming up recently, and I see these kind of people in this group. Clearly, it's professors and thing partner.
Yeah.
Them is have to be the bright. And my problem is them following leaders who in the 70s, boy.
Well, all of them went to the same school, so the thing in the same way,
Imagine you going down the highway and you realize two dirt on the highway blocking you.
But you can damage yourself and
in the dark.
Somebody could have died.
Boy, this place crazy, boy. And you don't even have all the cameras, everything we have. You can't tell me who dropped two load of dirt on the highway.
Yeah.
You have no satellite image and thing that you could tell me, okay, this two truck was going up the road and had two load of dirt, and all of a sudden, while on the highway, you realize they had none again.
Yeah, that Google map, it have you could do deduction to solve the crime.
Because they can't even investigate that. They can't even find an answer to that.
People know police will be sleeping now. So I tell people, don't have no police in the night. Just let it run 12-hour shifts so you have more police on you. Because in the night like that, don't be around. They have to be sleeping. Or they have no gas or they got.
But it's amazing. It's really, really amazing. Can I remember when I now came in this community to live, every night you see a police vehicle passing flashing lights. People going up the streets, coming out, passing through. I think it was community police, they called them at the time.
Yeah.
And when they pass at night and they realize we now moving, they stop in front of my house and they call me and take my name and my contact number and they say, well, we just normally be patrolling, so we realize you're just moving and took information.
But what policing is all about. Meeting the community.
I remember at night I go on by Shiva with my neighbor. I go on to hunt some manikou. And we park in front of the yard. And the police pass and pull up and see a strange vehicle in front of the yard and he call him. Call him and say, everything all right there? I see a strange vehicle. I say, well, thank God, there's still a police like that, yes?
Yeah.
Most of them police are just driving and watching nothing, They're just
Mhm.
looking to pass through and go. So the GPS could pick them up, pass through the area.
But our English policeman on the road and they have not gone. That doesn't mean they can't get reinforcement, But they don't have no gun. They're walking on the road and saying good night, so good evening. I mean,
Well, so play this weekend. The reason them can have that confidence that they could walk the road without gun is because they know when they call within probably seconds, them getting response, In Trinidad, when you call, that they check to see if the vehicle have gas in it, And then they check and see the gas can have money,
Yeah.
And then you have one, somebody might have write off the vehicle the last time and nobody reported the vehicle get bounced, and when they go to realize it, and I didn't see we can't drive that vehicle. So in Trinidad, when you call for reinforcement, you better have firepower to hold out until resources reach about an hour later.
No resources come. I remember that incident with Poppy Paran. The first person, anybody get chopped, anybody get caught, we said no, that's all right. They come. The long time police, sometimes them police come when they see blood.
Well, they say long time police have no vehicle,
Yeah. So now that borrow vehicle for next station,
I hear they're doing a parade tomorrow, police in short pants. Yeah.
Right. We don't want to prove.
The old time days.
But I feel that you take away them police long pants.
like you partner.
No,
You know,
I feel that you take away the long.
You are disrespectful.
Yeah, I find that you take away the long pants one.
Until they can earn it back.
Yeah. I find take away the long.
Put them in a short pants.
Yeah. They'll save some cloth.
And you hardly see a bandit in a short pants trying to rob somebody, so you can't imitate them.
Imagine police have a specific color for uniform, and then how that same color cloth come in the country, or how did they get that material?
No, remember they went camo, some kind of camouflage kind of uniform now, And camouflage is illegal,
Right.
I know that is a prohibited item. You cannot bring that into the country. So I yet to understand how that happened.
Right.
This place need a leader, Ken. And the day it get the leader, you will have a change. Because if get long they get a leader to inspire them people who disgruntled and things. That would be the start that you real change you want to know.
Yeah. I mean, people might talk about, 1970, 1990. The third time we come around, partner, it wouldn't be the same, it might be different.
I hope to God that never come around.
I tell you, people are dissatisfied, disgruntled. People have issues, boy.
You remember everybody mentioned who involved in some kind of murder was done by some kind of illegal gun,
Nearly 100%.
If you have a uprising or something like that, you know how much illegal guns coming out on the streets? It's like open season in Australia.
Yeah.
But man, I want to live somewhere in a valley, down low, when I see bullets are flying,
That really play serious.
Because men who had a gun and they will bring it out like it's normal, I hope it never have an extra prize in. I hope we give senses in this country and do something about the current state we're in.
They check in the prison. Majority of prisoners illiterate, totally illiterate or functional illiterate. And when you send them in, you know, you give them all the classes to do O-levels, everything, you know? Why you didn't get them it before? Because there is a correlation between illiteracy and crime.
But one of the things too, Ken,
And
I
the
mean,
kind of crime too.
I used to laugh at that too before, but you remember when you're in the prison, you're compelled to learn, you know, because you have nothing else to do. So in a sense, you have to learn, you have to do it. But when
No,
you're
but there might be
outside,
some people who they never learn. So some choose.
yeah, but remember when you're restrained and you in a confined area, your whole mindset's going to change, you know, because what are you going to do? You're looking for something to do, you can't do the same thing over every day, over mad.
Right, but
What is that difference?
not all the prisoners or a great portion has taken up. Some people went there and some people are recycled criminals. Some people went in once and then they choose not to go back again.
Yeah.
You understand? So what I'm saying, let us design the education system and we gotta stop focusing on memory and stop saying everybody must get academics. We need to get more skilled people skilling whatever they want to do.
We need to
You
recognize
get
people's
talent. There might be good
abilities.
songwriters, good dancers, good musicians, good artists, no matter what they might. There's so many, you know, sportsmen, whatever it may be. Let people become what they want to become.
I'm telling you, we need to recognize their abilities and not their inabilities.
Yeah.
You might see a child they're doing all different, but their ability is drawing.
Let me take simple like cricket. Because of all the different professional league all over the world, long time you have to work hard to become West Indies team. No people, if they get you on the IPL, they might get it in CPL, they might get it Europe, England might have their own, whatever they call it. But all of them, they could earn. There are different levels of the game that you could go and participate and earn and enjoy the game. Like
Yeah.
similar like football and all the other sports, basketball, whatever you choose to be there. So, and you can make a career out of sports because it teaches us about discipline, how to stay fit, how to take care of yourself, how to stay on the top of a game. Similarly, somebody might like painting. People say, well, you don't now, first thing parents go tell them, I have no money. But at the end of the day, you're happy.
You see, and going back again to what I was saying, we're looking at this from an image perspective.
Yeah.
Everybody want to look a certain way, everyone be a certain way. And they had this perception that everybody wants to be a doctor, a lawyer. And you want to say teacher, go long way, wanted to be a teacher, but I don't think nobody want to be a teacher
No,
anymore.
they want to be a policeman too, you know.
Long time, yeah, long way wanted to be a policeman too. What
Fireman, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think anybody want to be policeman again.
Yeah.
You know, I remember when my son was small, I said, son, we want to be him. I want to be a cricketer. So, right. He said, on a Sunday, you'll be a cricketer. On a Monday, he's a fireman. A Tuesday, every day. And I said, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Be where you want to be.
Be where you want to be.
Yeah. Once you respect people, you respect yourself. And I mean, respecting is a year, I don't know what to disrespect you either, you know.
And they need to understand, in my child talking about, they need to know that the future is theirs. They have to decide what they want out of it. All the opportunities are there. It can't come before you right in front of you. You have to go out and get it sometime. And that's why I try to show them, be critical thinkers. Don't just do something, you have to do it. Tell me why you're doing it.
Yeah, exactly. What's the reason? Is there a better way to do
why?
it?
Wait is why you're doing it.
Yeah.
Don't tell me what you're doing, but what's the reason for doing it?
And what's the most efficient way to get it done to? Because they might be doing something like one long cut, you know.
Yeah.
Gotta find what is the most efficient way to get the same thing done. Using up less resources.
I see Gabriel watched the shed by me there with the bad brother yesterday, collect some water. So last night he explained to me now how we could solve that problem.
Right.
He watched it and he was thinking when he said, you know, we could use, he said the water was going on the he didn't know the proper name, but he talked about the Z pull anyway. The rain was blowing, just following Z pull and running under the shed too now.
Right.
So I have some 18 C pulling. So you tell him those people in. You describe that other way now. You say we need to take that and block the side of the shed
Mm.
so that the water wouldn't run on that and run in the shed anymore.
Right, you see, but he saw the problem to the end and he reversed it to get the solution.
Yeah, and however he saw it, but he
Yeah.
came up with a solution how to stop the water from running through on his head pulling.
Yeah, but Lawa said the first thing you had to know what you want to prevent.
Yeah, he wants to prevent the water from coming in his shed.
Right. That is the end result. Now it's how to work that backward now. How I could prevent that from happening.
Yeah, but he's 7 years old, Ken.
That the whole way.
Too much
And
adults go watch it and say,
so
what you go do for that?
the method that is what he explained there, in your opinion as the adult, is it making sense?
But that is the correct solution for the problem.
Right, that's my point. And did you let him know based on what you say that making sense, you know?
Yes, I tell him yes, and I said that is exactly what we have to do.
Right,
We have to put that pull in there so it could block anything from running on his head pulling.
right.
And
that's how it's
people is called in another term, they will use something called flashing.
Right.
But it's the same concept, but he talking about his C pulling and we use C pulling to do the same thing.
And then you can take another direction. Water coming a certain way. Where do you direct the water to go? And the same method you can use a flood and all kind of use it for.
Yeah.
You want to know where do I want to carry this water? And then this other thing go back, okay, what we could do to do that and make that happen.
We need to give young people the opportunity to be creative. We need to give them the resources to expand that creativity.
Yeah.
We need to invest in the young people.
But Lara, that's why in school should be, you might have a school, take children out and say, look, you have a problem. What is all the solution for this problem? Put problem in the classroom. So now they could take all the maths that they learn, all the English that they learn, whatever they learn. Say, we have a problem. How could we solve it? And you put them in little groups to work. And then you say, let me test your solution.
But we only have a set of naysayers, and that is what leads to the crime, Ken. When we're not doing what you just say there, when we're not doing, giving the resources.
I remember telling about Stephen Covey book, you were saying about, you read about a teacher walking and see about 3 or 4 6-year-olds sitting around this drawing all kind of diagram and thinking about to stop fighting in the playground and coming up with ideas. And he was impressed with that type of discussion that the children identify a problem in the playground and they sit down to start working out solutions. So I'm saying whatever problem you have in the school, get the children to come up with solutions. But so now you start to become beside all because what is it you learn all kind of the teacher who teaching accounts don't use accounts to make money. What them teaching that for? Them ain't using it, but what teach you to use it?
That's the point.
But it don't make sense. You teaching me something you don't do.
And that's the point I was making earlier. That's the point I was making earlier, that we have people trying. You can't expect them to do something when they don't know themselves how to do it.
But then they're not even applying it in their own life. They're doing something else. Someone in agriculture, Lara, name of a plant in the yard.
Yeah, right.
It don't make sense. That's why we need to have people, bring the people who are doing it and come in the classroom and say, look, I'm a farmer, and this is what I do and this is what I earn a living from. Show them the real thing. Then carry them down by the person farm, somebody, a group.
True.
Lara, at one time, we under the British system, every single estate in this country was functioning. The amount of, look, they're talking about coconut, the value of coconut. We had one of the best coconut plants in the whole Caribbean. Coconut, coffee, copra. Everything was, every estate was functioning. Every estate at the Lagando estate, you have over 100 person employed. That housing, that everything. But I always say it wasn't the best, but you never see no vagrant. The amount of vagrant you see now in town. At least only have one beggar in Sando. And he was like a fixture for mother, so we had passed and did something to the beggar. You understand my point?
Yeah.
No.
You catching your skin, but you're going to get somebody beggar still. You must give us something.
You must get the beggar. I just don't want to for the beggar. But that was one beggar.
No, if you go to get the beggar something in Sando.
You got a riot.
Oh.
Like a riot.
You become a beggar. The amount of them it have.
By telling you.
But you
Something
see,
wrong.
we doing, everybody need to do their own thing, you know, Ken. They need to pitch into the cause as well. Everybody must do their own part. I was making a point today on the radio program. Whether it be you send a message on WhatsApp, on Facebook, whether it be you're calling a radio program, you write a letter to the editor,
Anything. Do your part.
whatever it may be. Stand up around your house and have a
Pull a
placard, whatever
placard,
you choose,
anything.
hang a banner. That is
Yeah.
your choice. You decide what you want to put, but stop sitting down
And do nothing.
remaining quiet
Yeah.
and grumbling amongst the people within your household about the situation. We all need to come together to fix it. We can't sit down
Okay,
and just
going
see
back, going back to that barrel thing you're talking about. How come when the ministry moved it, nobody can come out and say that was wrong, please put it back?
Yes, there was a petition out.
Right. You know, but
Yes.
get serious, grow and insist and say we're not going to stop to that. You put it back or put something in place to prevent that accident from happening, please.
Again, because the person who was leading the cause, Ken, was not a UNC and it was not a PNM. And that's a
Right.
fact. And the perception, imagine the people he likes trying to save down there there's a stronghold UNC. Where I live is a stronghold UNC.
But UNC people come out and say that's a good idea, leave it. They ain't come out and issue a statement.
Where they was in the first place, identify the problem.
And I go back to the parliament. When the election finished, parties should put aside their campaign hat and let me get down to work. If the government come out with a good law, support it. If they come with a bad law, make recommendation for improve law and negotiate it. But you mustn't say you ain't supporting that. We will not support anything they bring. You can't say that. So now when the election bill, you go back and say, we as the opposition, these are the things we did, these are the things we supported, these are the things we work with the government to get done, so that you, the citizen, can be more comfortable. We don't do that.
You know why we don't do it? Because it's much a race in the politics. That is why we don't do it. And it's because if we make the other side look bad, then we go look good. That's how small-minded. Don't blame the politicians for that, you know. Yeah, blame the citizens who.
Well, I just tell people that 41 people in the parliament can't control 1.3 million. If that happens, something wrong.
Because we the citizens, I keep on saying, it have too much stupid people in Trinidad. Too much. Yeah. We have too much. And because we encourage it, we allow them to get away with that nonsense.
We had an opportunity in 86 to 91. Them fellows was in opposition for 2 years. Somebody get in there, we go fix this and fix that. They never amended the constitution to say what they want. We get a second chance with Kamala, 29 seats. And you had it 2/3, all the majority you needed. You did nothing. So when I hear them complaining, I say, but for the 2 occasions, when you could have do something, why didn't do it? Why didn't fix it?
Because when you're going, it's about how to fix yourself.
Yeah.
It's not about how to fix anything else. Everything you talk about fixing campaign trail going through the window.
Yeah. Long time. Yeah.
I'm sure if you and I were to go through campaign documents, we call them manifestos.
Manifesto, you'll see all the evidence.
You will see the same thing they have a manifesto.
Copy and paste.
It's the same thing they have today. I almost certainly will see things like that.
Yeah. Larry, imagine in Trinidad, you know where's our campaign? How much pothole you could fix? Larry, in this age, are we talking pothole?
I'm sure we're talking how much.
While other countries talking about flying in the sky?
You understand?
We talking pothole.
Because they always think down to the ground.
Pothole. Imagine we still talking bad road. That is what's now. If you check what the highest need in this country, crime and pothole. Bad road and crime.
It's amazing. And you know, the state does restrict you from certain amenities for a period of time. And you get so fed up of it, like the crime, like the pothole, the bad road. You get so fed up by that. When you see they finally pave it, you're like, oh gosh, thank God. They finally pave it. You know, you have a sense of gratitude now for it. Something that you should have in the first place.
And that's something they're supposed to do, eh? If you don't know what gratitude, is your work. Get
That's
it
what you're
done.
there for. Look at that. Imagine, can tell me how an electric pole, a tower that's holding up such an important cable for electricity. How that could fall, right?
And
You telling me
and on top of that, 30% of the population are now current from one pole.
you could tell me,
But you think that is joke, or would only branch touch and the whole country went in darkness?
yeah. So I'm saying with the maintenance, boy, nobody going to maintain around that pole. I think nobody going to make sure grass clean.
Yeah.
When you pass it by that pipeline, I can't remember the pipeline now is a gas line running from Galiota side, coming through all through the country. Them pipeline them clean. Vehicles driving up that track. People go to service those lines and things. I mean, we can't do the same thing for our infrastructure, right? All our CPAP we paying and all the money we spending, you can't put them deploy to clean them places, and
Exactly.
that means nobody go there for about 4 years for that landslide or whatever to take place.
Get the land get one morning and slide just so.
But cannot, I mean, when you watch basic engineering on cable and thing on YouTube, you see if you're building something 100 feet high, a tower, the foundation has to be at least half the height down in the ground, you know.
Right. So then something wrong with the engineering?
Well, it's either something wrong with the engineering or something wrong with maintenance. Nobody come to go and see what was going on and cause the collapse. Something happened. So the point I'm bringing is, in this country, we continue to accept mediocrity and craziness and stupidness, and then everybody good at it. Nobody had nothing to say. Everybody go at one speed. As long as it's not affecting me directly, I had nothing to say about it. And people need to wake up and start dealing with the issues.
Well, like you maintenance, we quick to buy things in this country, but we don't have a maintenance plan.
Don't tell me what that. I know that for sure. I see to the Ministry of Education.
Yeah, we don't have a maintenance plan.
You're buying technology, you're buying new infrastructure, but you don't know how to use it. You're buying training and you're buying maintenance, after sales services. Nobody asks about that. You bringing in very high-tech equipment, but then you ask who service and fixing? Well, they don't know. They didn't negotiate that up front.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. But we sit down and we allow it to happen, and okay, that's the problem.
Because every election we vote in the same set of people.
That is the problem.
Yeah.
That is the problem.
Is the same set of people.
And people might say all kind of thing, yeah, oh, this party, yeah, that, and that party, yeah. At the end of the day, they might have gave some kind of tokenism, but when you're suffering like a catching your skin, it's the same politics that causing it. We're not changing the politics. That's my problem. We're not changing it.
That's the competition system again. If your neighbor child pass or your child pass for high school, prestige they call it, and your neighbor child didn't do well, you get the opportunity to show up because it's a win-win. It's a win-loss. But instead of say, boy, let us find a way to make all the schools in Trinidad perform. But not all might be academic. Some might be like trade schools. Some might, there's so many different things you could do to service the needs of the people. You know, people might want to work in tire shop. Nothing wrong with all of that. Some people use different jobs as a stepping stone to go into different jobs. You know, like for America, you know, I say my niece and them even as for 15 years, I think they were doing a couple of hours a day, working and earning a little change for themselves and learn the attitude of work going to, you know. I don't think we had a kind of system with children in Trinidad where at a certain age you could go to.
We used to, and we get rid of it because a lot of young people. Well, I don't know if it's a lot, but when I was growing up, we were involved in trade.
Yeah.
So we had to go in the garage. That was our license, but basically go there, learn something there, and we learn simple mechanics. We learn simple things. Like, I mean, I visually impaired, but I just changed my own oil in my car. But then somebody asked me, who the service the car for? I said, well, I just myself. Just to change oil.
Yeah.
Oil and filters, I had to do. Gabriel helped me drain the oil. Trisha helped me pull it back.
Well, we have handyman and blind oil here, and we had to pay people to change oil in vehicle. And when Luchan tell me when he want a boss he had where he used to work, and he changing oil and all of them.
And I never work Ken.
Yes, my point. As I say, you so busy, you have to learn.
But you can, if I had Jack and Stan, I change my own bricks and things.
You understand?
It's just I don't have that.
And most of the work is by touch.
Yeah. Change this. The first thing I think I learned to change this pads.
But Neil tell me he do all kind of thing to himself. I mean, at home he from plumbing all kind of thing he learned, and he say the key thing was his father who gave him the opportunity. He's a crime wherever you working on, you know. He didn't limit him and say you're blind boy, say, oh, you know, son, you crime all about the place you
That would
want.
make Neil an all-rounded person. That would
Yeah.
make persons like Neil all-rounded individuals.
Yeah.
Because they learn everything. Okay, if they learn everything, they understand the concept.
How things work.
Yes.
And then you could think it through in your head.
And then start to develop solutions, right?
Yeah.
But a lot of people, again, because they are critical thinkers, a lot of people, the facts, he learned from his guardians here, right? He learned from practical training.
Yeah.
He didn't get to go to school to learn. You send the school somewhere to learn that they still wouldn't have the knowledge needed.
Did you point? Because they might have him a tools and working so good in other place. You have to make sure the tools are as if health and safety. You understand my point?
Yeah. So can we come at 8 o'clock? 7:58.
Yeah.
Any closing comments on the dog and crime? Well, we had dogs in crime and dogs and crime and dogs causing crime. So plenty dogs and crime.
My takeaway is to ensure if over close to 100% of crimes committed with firearm and illegal firearm, the state should do everything in the power to allow people who wanted to get the firearm, and they must have proper training to use it. They must have the discipline to use it, you know, because it has a serious responsibility. They should get their firearm. People should encourage, who want to have the dog, but keep it with certain rules. You know, it's important that if the state fails to protect you and your family, you should have all right to protect yourself. And
I will close by saying dogs and crime is what causing crime.
Yeah.
Dogs in crime, right? We need to understand that we must have enforcement. Don't just put up your hand in the air and believe everything will just happen. We must do our part and make our own statement to solve the problem. You have dogs, no problem. Put the dogs in proper kennel. They have a big law for dogs. How much people go around to make sure the dogs in proper kennel? They're following the law. They have insurance. All what the law say for dangerous dog are.
Yeah.
We have no enforcement. And
Exactly.
people need to stand up and stop sitting down and take us that nonsense. Stand up and request and demand what is needed and what is required. Until next weekend.
Yes. See you guys.
Yep. Thank you very much, everybody.